Mistakes are a part of life. We would never learn anything if we don't make mistakes or don't take risks in life. Today's video is about making you aware of the traps most of the students fall into after coming to Canada. So without wasting much of our time, let's start the video. Number 5 is spending your credit card limit. When you open your first bank account in Canada, most probably you will get a $1,000 credit limit as a student. Now the mistake which most of the students do is they believe their credit card is like their savings account. So they start spending on unnecessary things like phones, clothes and etc. Don't fall into this trap. You will have to pay every single dollar you use. Some people might tell you that you need to build your credit history and for that you need to use your credit card here. But I would say you don't need to care about credit history in initial couple of months. Don't care about credit history for first 3 or 4 months until you get idea about how things work here, what are the expenditures, how to use money, etc. I once read a very beautiful answer on Quora. The guy said never to spend more than 30% on your credit card bills. You won't realize when you are spending or using your card. But when the same thing keeps happening for months and months, and in a year you will realize how much you could have saved if you just had a little bit of control on your spending habits. So yeah, take very good care when you are using your credit card, or else don't use at all for first month or so. Number 4 is purchasing an iPhone. We all know how crazy people are for iPhones. It does create a good impression among our friends to have the latest phone. The youth nowadays feel superior when they have the latest phone in their hand. But let me tell you one thing. Do not use your GIC installment to buy a phone. I have so many friends who use their first installment of GIC of $2,000 to purchase a new phone. And that is one of the biggest mistakes they could have done. Because they could have used that money in order to pay their tuition fees or for any other big expense instead of spending on a phone. Guys, if your phone connects to a network, has a working GPS and can call and message properly, then you don't need a new phone. I'm not telling you to never buy a new phone, but wait for a year or two. Wait until you get settled here, you know how things work here, and then purchase a phone. After a year or two, you will be able to purchase the latest iPhone even on contract. So don't worry about it. But the point here to remember is not to use your GIC installment in order to purchase a new phone. Number 3 is purchasing a car. Having a car in India is a luxury, while having a car in Canada is just a mode of transportation convenience, nothing else. Anyone can get a car here. There's no big deal in it. If you have average credit history, you will be able to easily afford a car on zero down payment. I know lots of students who come here and purchase a car within the first 6 months only, and then they are in the debt of $25,000. You'll have to pay $300 a month just as a loan repayment. And not only that, the insurance of the car will also be around $300 a month. So you will be spending around $600 a month just on the car, excluding the maintenance and all other things. I know a guy who was just a student and bought a car in the first 6 months for around $25,000. Later, he sold that car and bought another one for even more price, maybe around $40,000. Now he's in debt of around $40,000 and he's gonna pay the loan amount for the next 7 years. Do you think he can even plan about savings for house or for any other investment for the next 7 years? Definitely not, because he's in huge debt. The decision is yours. There are also some people who get car and then they start working day and night for like 7 days a week just to pay off their car loan or just to manage their expenses. But then they don't get any kind of rest and sometimes not even sleep. They keep working every single day or every single hour. Some of the best investors always suggest to only get a car when you can pay around 25% of it as a down payment, or you have at least 25% of it as a cash in your bank account. If you don't have that much of money, do not even think about getting a car. Number 2 is running after the dollars. Most of the immigrants who come here are either freshers or they hardly have any kind of experience from their home country. So when they start working and start earning in dollars, they get too excited. Especially when they convert dollars into rupees, they feel it's a huge amount and that is one of the easiest money they have made so far. But a part-time job is one of the biggest trap you can fall into, guys. It will be really hard to come out of it once you are stuck in it. Your part-time job is only meant to pay for your living expenses, nothing else. Don't use it to fill up your bank balance or do not be too much dependent on it. You are here to make a career, not to get stuck working in the factory for 80 hours a week. There's no need to work 80 or even 100 hours a week when you can manage your expense by just working 20 or 30 hours a week. Instead, use that time to learn some new skills to advance in your career. Think about the fact, where will you be 5 years from now working in a factory, or where will you be working 5 years in an Uber? Definitely not at a good place. So use that time wisely. In the end, it's your choice. Do what your heart says, but just keep in mind that you are here to build a career, not get stuck in some shitty job. Number 1 is being really picky about your part-time job. Most of the people who come here are either engineers or have a very well-respected degree from their home country. So when they get jobs like delivering pizza or making sandwiches, they are very reluctant to it. They don't want to do those kind of jobs. I have had cases where we would refer people to the job, they would go for the interview and even start training, and once when they start getting shifts, they would decline the job, only for the reason that it was not something they expected it to be. Later, it would take them 2 to 3 months to even get any other job.